good morning from Ghana. Look at this beautiful, beautiful place. What an incredible day we had yesterday. Came in at the airport. That welcome we got, I was not expecting that. That was absolutely unbelievable. That's going to live long in my memory, I'll tell you.
I did not expect that, people. Honestly, on the way out here, I spoke about hooking up Robbie, thinking I was the guy. I got told that there'll be like a few dancers there. So in my head, I'm thinking, wicked. We arrive, three dancers maybe with a sign saying, "Welcome AFTV." That's all like that, honestly. And I'd have been even gobsmacked by that. I joked about Chief Robbie, but Chief Robbie has landed in Ghana. It was the maddest arrival I'll ever experience in my life.
Then later on after that, went to get something to eat.
Introducing Chief Robbie!
So listen, we've come from the airport now, we're at Star Bites.
I'm getting jollof. I don't know about
jollof.
Well, we're both getting some jollof.
Belgium said to me, right, he goes, "Robbie, you're gonna put it to bed finally when you come to Ghana. You're gonna realise that the Ghana jollof is better than the Nigerian jollof."
No pressure.
And he said, no pressure, and he's trying to get me killed because he knows that man, I'm stricter on him and gonna be on my case, right? But we'll find out tonight. Pleasure to meet you, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is mine.
Respect. Lovely to meet you, Gabby, man. Big respect, man.
The president says to say hi to you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I got Ghanaian jollof and shrimps. Shrimp is my favourite. So mix it with this. First time trying Ghanaian jollof. Unbelievable. That's so good. Ghanaian jollof is winning so far.
Tell him.
Hey, I'm in Ghana, so whatever. Literally one Nigerian against all these Ghanaians. I keep quiet.
Pizza next time.
Yeah, the cameraman. The cameraman are here behind the camera. What's he holding it? We're all getting jollof, all you know, the traditional food here in Ghana. Ryan and Jason behind the camera, what they have? Pizza and burgers.
Proper British man does.
Do you know what I mean? Explore the palate, man. Come on, do something different, man.
At the risk of getting killed by all Nigerians now. The Ghana jollof is bad.
Top tier.
Top tier, man.
Top tier. I like it. I can't
So
lie.
who's winning? Nigeria or
You see
Ghana?
that? You see the brother over here? You're from Ghana, innit? Yeah. Ghanaian jollof is the best. His name's Terminator. Terminator X.
Don't play.
That's how you got out of the chair. He said, Terminator, yo. Brother.
Some original Ghanaian jollof rice, and that was beautiful as well.
People were good, the vibes were good, and the maddest thing is they said, this is just the beginning, we haven't even got started yet. I can't wait to see what else is to come. Honestly, this is gonna be an absolutely mad thing. Big up Ghana, I'm loving it already. Vibes.
Now we're off out today, right? And what I can't believe is that we're in Ghana. Even though it's at the moment, it's very early in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, it's still about 80 odd degrees. You're gonna get up to the 90s today, right? And Cecil, the guy's got a coat on. I don't know how I'm gonna get through this with this guy, man. He's nuts.
He doesn't know style, yeah? He cost me because I'm wearing a jacket, but he don't know style. I look good, I feel good. The chest out, it's gonna be hot, but we're gonna have a good time. 4 hours, 4 hours with Robbie though, in one vehicle.
I've already enjoyed the whole trip. You know, even if it ended right now, I would have had a great time. But no, we're gonna have some real fun today. But yeah, Ghana, loving it so far.
Police escort, let's cut through traffic. Robbie the real chief of Ghana.
We've got police escort. Right, we're just going through all the traffic.
This was the escort I was talking about.
Now he was on about a different type of escort, you know what I mean? Now this is an escort which keeps you out of trouble. Yeah? This escort keeps you out of trouble. Yeah? The escort he was talking about is the one that gets you in trouble. We've had to stop Jason's feet and see. He's not been able to handle the the African bumps in the roads.
The speed of the convoy.
Guy, right, that was filming us when we were sleeping.
Yeah,
When I had the chewing gum hanging out of my mouth. Make sure you get him. Go on, get him. Karma, yeah? It's about the filming man every minute, being sick and you know, sleeping and everything. Look, watch him.
Don't give him no water, I'm teasing with it. There's some water here.
Rob is saying this is payback for filming him asleep on the plane.
I was going to take that out, but it's definitely going in the vlog now. And the chewing gum bit.
Official doctor this, yeah? So what's the treatment for this?
You'll be fine. You just need to drink a lot of water.
Drink a lot of water, have a break.
You just have a break. Yeah.
We're nearly there on the drive, you know what I mean? It's been a little bit bumpy. as Jason knows. Right, but we're nearly there, we're going to the Cape Coast. This is where they used to bring the slaves to, right, before they shipped them out all around the world.
Seth, why can you time travel us through this journey?
The guy said we'll be there in 45 minutes. 45 minutes has passed. He's then come back on the tunnel and said, we're going to be there in 45 minutes.
Yeah, arrived here at Cape Coast. One of the parts of the trip I've been really looking forward to because as a black person, right, this place has a lot of significance. It's a very famous place in Ghana. Right, so looking forward to this. Let's go and check it out.
This one's going to be a bit like heavy and emotional, but it's something that I think is right to do. You know what I mean? Learn, be educated, and I am looking forward to this generally. So let's get into this, people. Let's have a look. Let's see what it's saying.
By the way, our tour guide, Tom, I was calling Thomas Partey. It's Thomas.
Thomas.
Right?
All right.
Right.
You're welcome.
Thomas.
Yeah.
All right, so please, we go this way.
Yep.
Okay.
My name, Thomas Abankwa, and I'm going to be your guide. But I must say the history in here is very traumatic and emotional. But the most important aspect is the lesson that we learned from this place. We'll first have a look inside the male dungeons, and as well we'll go end the tour at the door or the gate of no return. Over there they had a river, and that is where the captives are going to be given their last bath as Africans. They are given food to eat to regain some strength. Their beard, hair shaved for them to look younger for the trade, before shea butter will be applied on their skin. And the purpose of the shea butter was to heal their wounds and also make them look attractive before they will get them into the castles. I made mention we are moving into the male dungeons, but then get to know right above them, the English had a church established, the name Society for the Propagation of the Gospel. Today we call it the Anglican Church or Church of England. So whilst others were worshipping up here, right beneath them, humans were struggling. So please, we're going this way. We are standing right inside the male dungeons. The dungeons those days had no light. And once you are brought in here, the 3 holes that you are seeing up there would provide the captives with light and would also serve as their source of ventilation. A chamber we are standing in, when fully loaded, can hold about 150 to 200 captives.
So imagine being in there, like you said, up to 3 months. We got the lights on for the cameras, so it seems a bit more absolutely pitch black with hundreds of other people. And like you said, survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're not strong in there, you probably don't even eat.
All right, so this happens to be the last chamber. And this place was also for the selection of the captives. You know, because of the conditions they had in the dungeons, not all of them actually were that fit to make it out of this point. So when ships were ready, those that were seen extremely weak, they had to keep them over there, and the rest in chains would walk through a tunnel that connects this place to the door or the gate of no return. It's about 65 meters away from this place.
Ago.
Amen.
Ago.
Amen.
Ago.
Amen.
Ana coming soon. We have just one year upon mine. We walk over before we go and say, what go was a number? What's a number? What will go as a clue? What baby now I will do? I tell you what's going to do and you do it you. I will have one, put more one. You first have been Shema, he shall come. Yes, Papa.
Yes, Empire. Remember I made mention before
The contrast from the cell, the dungeons to up here, and the view and everything, they knew what they were doing. It's actually, it's disturbing a little bit, but honestly, mad.
We've been to the dungeons and we all saw the condition down there. So up here, inside the governor's chamber, we just compare what we saw down there to what we are seeing here. And we can all testify the type of vents that they had down there and what the governor is happening up here. The breeze coming in, the view of the sea, the natural lighting, the space in here, all used by one person as the governor, whilst about 700 to 1,000 humans were staying down there. That is the bedroom of the governor as well. So the living room was having 9 big windows, the bedroom having 5, and his corridor extra 2. So all over the place, the governor had about 16 windows. Mostly we do say per the condition that he had here, he was probably staying in heaven, whilst the captives also stayed in hell. Per the difference between and where the governor stayed.
Oh, is that where they used to?
That's where that leads to the male slaves.
All right, so we stand right in front of the church. And if you do remember, I made mention walking in and out of the church, everything that was going on down there, you would smell, you would hear, and sometimes get to see the captives down there.
Why would they have it there? Yeah, why would they do? Yeah, that's exactly that.
You know, some historians do say it was actually made just to show their supremacy. Like I told you earlier, Africans already had their belief system. So if, let's say, your God can allow me to enslave you, walking in there, I'll probably get to see you down there. So it's like more those saved up here and those as well in hell.
You do finally get out of this place. You then got to get into one of them slave ships, which are another horror show. Basically, every black person in this world that lives in America, that lives in the Caribbean, that lives in places like Brazil, literally I'd say the majority, 90+%, their forefathers would have originated from places like this. They were slaves. And they had to go through all them horrors and then be shipped across the ocean to end up in America and Jamaica and Barbados and Brazil and all these places. So this is for me, a very important place to come to. I'd urge everybody to come to some place like this to really know the history, who lived beyond Africa. They all started from places like this.
The door or the gate of no return. And I always say that this section happens to be the most emotional part of the whole journey of their stay within the castles. Because once you get to this point, it means there's no way you're coming back again. Walking out of the door, you lose your right as a human being, you lose your connection with your people, and you also get to lose your identity as an African. Sadly, a lot of these Africans had never seen the sea before. So majority of them, when they walk out of the castle, seeing the sea, got them scared, thinking they're going to be killed. Others also knowing the system, they didn't want to journey with them, and they preferred to die here than to journey with them. Because in our system, we believe that it is better for you to kill yourself than for someone to put you to shame. So when they put them on canoes to pick them into the bigger ships, they were jumping into the sea to commit suicide. We are not slaves. We are going through the same door or gate of no return, but we are assured to return back. So please, you join me out this way. Merchants will be here waiting for them because they had already used their own door, bigger one, down this way to wait for them. They moved them in batches onto the canoes. Then the canoes will pick them into the bigger ships for them to be transported from this place. When we look right at the flip of the door of no return, happens to be a different narrative, the door of return, which is to say today we are all going to journey back to where we came from. We had this door of return in the year 1998 when we celebrated our first Emancipation Day, and we called it the Big or the Great Homecoming Day.
That one's wicked. That one is wicked.
Yeah. I wouldn't have the patience to do that, man. How long did it take you to do this? 1 week? No, too long for me. Too long. 1 week.
From
From zero. Yeah, no, that's good, man. That's good.
Trade jobs, man. Let him come do some presenting.
I said something like this for you to do.
You stay in.
This is what you need to be doing. Something like this.
Then in this castle, we don't frame stories to create any psychological trauma in anyone's mind. Neither are we trying to incite anybody to go out there to go fight others. Neither is the history here to cause segregation among races. But we just want each and everyone that enters this castle to know the inhuman act, to know the crimes that happen in this castle. So we, the living today, will learn a lesson from the past. I always say history is there to guide us, because if we are bound to forget the past, then we are bound to also repeat this mistake over and over again. Yeah. So we leave this place, get to tell others about what we've learned in here, spread so that others would get to know that this thing happened, and we are making sure it wouldn't repeat itself in any form, in any story.
Thank you very much. Brilliant.
Legend, Thomas. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Thomas, honestly.